Today comparing the 16 Pro Max to the brand new 17 Pro Max, and specifically the telephoto lenses. The new 17 Pro telephoto has a 48 megapixel sensor, which is great. It's much bigger than the 16. And the zoom range is now 4 times and 8 times, which is great. But it does still have the same f2.8 aperture. Okay, this is the 5 times lens on the 16 Pro Max over here. And it's the 4 times lens on the 17 Pro Max on this side. Now stay rolling, and that is the 8 times telephoto on the 17 Pro Max. And I'm going to throw in a wrinkle here using this new Shiftcam lens. It's a telephoto lens that gives a 240 millimeter equivalent. Now we'll continue the comparison. And then lastly, now on the 16 Pro Max is the 10 times look with the Shiftcam 240 millimeter telephoto, 10 times. Okay, I've got the Shiftcam telephoto on the 16 Pro Max, and I've got the 200 millimeter or the 8 times rolling on the 17 Pro Max. So that's a side-by-side comparison. Now I'll take the Shiftcam lens off. So that's just the native 5 times now on the 16 Pro Max. So 5 times versus the 8 times. And now the 4 times on the 17 Pro Max. So now that's the 4 times versus the 5 times. Kind of confusing. A lot of options here. And just to show, this is the wide, standard wide on both cameras. Gives you an idea of how far that zoom range really is. Pretty good. Okay, now for the technical aspects. And I kind of stay away from doing this kind of stuff these days. I'd rather just know what it looks like in the real world. But I think in this case, comparing the different lenses and seeing how sharp they are on the chart does offer a glimpse into how these lenses perform. Yeah, this is the 5 times. Okay, this is the 4 times on the 17 Pro Max, obviously. And now this is the 8 times on the 17 Pro Max. Okay, now this is on the 16 Pro Max, and this is the Shiftcam lens, the 10 times, and I had to back up about 10 feet. So I'm probably 15 to 20 feet away now from the sharp. Now we'll take a closer look at the Shiftcam 240mm. All right, the lens comes with a case, and it's a really nice case. Zipper pouch. You've got the lens, you've got some macro lenses, and you've got filters up here at the top. Look at the lens first. The lens is very solidly built, feels hefty in your hand, but in a good way. It's got the Shiftcam mount, and it has a screw filter here on the front, so you can add these macro lenses, which are really interesting. They're all connected together and they disconnect. So you can unscrew them like so and do one at a time or do multiple, and they're all magnified. And so you got different magnification levels to do different type of macro shots, long range macro or tighter macro. And then the filters are ND filters, and they too have screw on and they go directly on the lens. Now, I haven't used any of the filters in the stuff I've been shooting. I just wanted the lens to be as crisp and clean as it can be, but it is nice that this kit comes with those. And so overall, it is a quite nice kit, and it comes with quite a bit. I think this is a very nice setup, and in particular for the 16 Pro Max, the 15 Pro, or the Pro Max, and now it does work with the 17. And so the 17, I don't have a 17 case yet, but once I get one, I will go out and shoot some more footage. But Shiftcam shows on their website and claims that it does work with the 4x and 8x lens of the 17 Pro and Pro Max. And one thing I wanted to show is that Shiftcam has revised their mount. It's a newer mount, at least from the lenses I've used in the past. And it is a proprietary mount, but now you just click it in and it connects immediately. It's super easy, and it's a one twist mechanism, and it works really well. And the mount is very secure. The previous version was smaller and a little bit tighter, and I never thought it fit as well as I would like, the lens itself. But this new version works great. All right, it's the 16 Pro Max on the 5x tele. And this is the 17 Pro Max on the 4x tele. 100mm equivalent. The previous one was 120mm equivalent. Now I'll pop in the 8x. So that's the 8x tele on the 17 Pro Max. And now this is the 10x with the Shiftcam lens on the 16 Pro Max 5x tele. And just to give some perspective, this is the 1x, the 24mm, as compared to the previous shots. Okay, 16 Pro Max, this is the 5x tele. Okay, this is the 17 Pro Max with the 4x or 100mm equivalent. Now I'll stay rolling and I'll punch in with the millimeter or 8x. Reframe just a little bit. Okay, now this is the 16 Pro Max with the Shiftcam on the 5x tele. So it's a 240mm or a 10x equivalent. 16 Pro Max, this is the 1x, the 24mm. iPhone 16 Pro Max 5x tele built in. 120mm equivalent. 17 Pro Max 100mm, 4x tele built in. 17 Pro Max on the 200mm built-in. '16 Pro Max with the Shiftcam lens on the 5x tele, so 240mm equivalent, 10 times magnification. 16 Pro Max 1x tele to give perspective. That's downtown Dallas way in the distance.
Now what about low light? And does the 17 Pro and that bigger sensor perform better?
16 Pro Max, 5x tele, low light, high dynamic range, low light inside, bright outside. 17 Pro Max, the 4x tele, similar shot. '16 Pro Max ISO 400 low light, and that is on the 5x tele. 17 Pro Max ISO 400 low light, exact same scene, same ISO. Which looks better?
Well, overall, I think the lenses look a lot alike. I don't know that in video anyway, that the 17 Pro is that much more dramatically better. The zoom range is, but the f-stop is the same. It's still a 2.8. And so the performance really overall looks very similar to my eye. Now, if you get in there and pixel peep, yeah, I think the 17 is a little bit sharper. It's a little bit better in low light, a little bit cleaner, not quite as noisy. And the image overall does look slightly better, but really, and in particular, when you put that Shiftcam lens on the 16 Pro and you see the same focal range down to the 10 times versus the 8 times, they look almost exactly the same. And again, especially in great lighting, outdoors in particular. Although for shooting stills, using it in photography, that is where I think you will see a big difference between the two. And again, that Shiftcam lens works great on the 16 and it does work on the 17. I just don't have a case for the 17 yet. So once I get it, I'll come back and shoot some more, and I'll be interested to see how it works on the 4 times and the 8 times, because according to Shiftcams, it does work. And so I'll be back with that in the future. But in the meantime, if you're interested in that lens, there's a link in the description. Thanks for watching. This is Blake Calhoun. Please like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.